Alright, come on, come on. I need to make a video before this game dies. Oh, it already has. Hello everybody, my name is Deranged, the Crazy Red Top Hat, also known as the Stitches on Dollmaster's mouth. Yes, I am the Stitches. Anyway, welcome to VHS, the game in the same genre of Dead by Daylight except so much harder. Playing Dead by Daylight and then moving over to VHS is really weird because of how different it is to DVD. The maps are huge and complicated, and there is nothing stopping the game from taking ages to end. But I feel like I should break it down piece by piece. Let's start with the survivor side, or the teams. There are 5 teams: Gloria, Brett, Jess, Leo, and Faith. Your objective as a teen is to kill the monster with 4 stigmas: Burn, Shock, Purify, and Curse. Or as I like to call them, I'll handle Purify and nothing else. Crafting a weapon takes between 20 and 40 seconds. It depends on what you're crafting. You find the crafting stations around the map. I believe there are 2 stations for each stigma, that way the monster can't camp the last stigma. Once you've crafted a weapon, you're going to want to search for the monster. Each weapon has a different way of attacking, so you're going to want to know what you've got going in. The flamethrower has delayed fire that trails around instead of being directly where you're aiming. The ray gun works exactly like you would expect, except PG. If I'm going to craft a futuristic sci-fi weapon, why can't I just craft up a double-barrel shotgun? I have no idea where the killer is. Yo, is that a double-barrel shotgun? Was that the lead stigma? The only weapon I ever used, the Radiant Cross, fires its holy light in a straight line where you are firing. Alright, come on. We can get this. Okay. Oh, crap. Okay, wait. He's right there. We can get this. We can get this. Turn around. Yep, come on. The Radiant Cross compels you! Yes! And then the Cursed Sword has the slowest attack rate, but goes through walls in a short distance. It also has a lingering effect, so it really is a pain to escape this thing. You're always going to want to have the right weapon on hand, because if you try to kill the monster with a stigma they've already been killed by, they'll only be stunned for a few seconds instead of dying. Healing can be done by other teammates, and you can also find medkits stationed on the walls. You can also search vending machines for stuff like candy bars and sodas that will increase your movement speed and give you more base life. Base life is the thing that tells you, hey, you're gonna die soon. And if you do end up dying, there's still a chance you can be brought back to life with whatever they call this thing. I just call it the Necronomicon. Anyway, that's probably all I need to know about Survivor. I'm close to having a stroke trying to read from this giant block of text, so let's just move on. There are 3 monsters, the first of which is Wart. Wart is a problem. He has all 3 of the best abilities in the game, with the main problem being with his Harden ability. When Wart activates Harden, he creates an acid layer shell that protects him from getting killed by a stigma. Now this would be fine if, say, he had a long cooldown for this power. The cooldown is 30 seconds. Personally, I think a fine way to fix this issue is to just double his cooldown so that he can only use the ability every 60 seconds. This would make it so Wart would have to moderate the use of Harden instead of activating it whenever their arm hairs raise. Alright, if he comes this way, we're gonna shoot this. We're gonna shoot the gun. We're gonna activate his Harden. Look at this. Yep, there it goes. Of course. Well, he still has 2 other abilities, so I should probably stop complaining. His next ability is Leap. This allows him to leap forward a short distance and stagger any survivor in a short radius. The ability is perfectly fine, but once again, I feel like it should have a longer cooldown. I think it should be like this 8-second cooldown you get for using the first mutation. We'll get to mutations later, but let's get to Wart's last ability. His last ability is Echolocation. When you activate Echolocation, a wave of, eyesight passes through the map and makes its way back to you. This will show a frozen aura of where the survivors were when they got seen. I found that this is only helpful if you know how survivors move. Either way, all 3 of these abilities are kinda broken when put into one character. Let's move on to the next monster. That monster being the werewolf. I feel like werewolf is the character you play when you want to play Wart but you don't want to be part of the problem. So the werewolf's 3 abilities are Berserk, Howl, and Hunt. Berserk lets the werewolf move at faster speeds, lunge at a longer distance, recover faster from missed attacks, and vault faster. Although what's the point of vaulting if there's only like 3 vaults in each map? When you use the Howl ability, every teen within a certain radius will cower, making it so that they can't use or craft weapons. The last ability, Hunt, lets you hear the heartbeat of teens whenever you get close. I don't really have any final thoughts on Werewolf. He's a good character, but I don't play him very much. Moving on to my favorite character, Dollmaster. My brother thinks this guy is creepy. I don't know why. Look at him twiddling his fingers. Look at that wonderful smile. He's adorable. So Dollmaster's first ability is called Doll Trap. So this is the most important part of playing Dollmaster. You can lay down dolls anywhere on the map. You will mainly be using this to control the dolls, however you can also use them as alarms, because whenever survivors get too close, they will start laughing and you will get alerted to this. Controlling the dolls is important because the dolls have their own weapon, but when they are killed with one of the stigmas, they don't get banished and you are just taken out of the doll. This leads to a sort of hide and seek where the one hiding is the monster. If the teens get to your actual body, they can easily kill you because the Dollmaster himself doesn't have any powers. His second ability, Doll Possession, is what we just talked about, so we'll move on to the last one, and that is Teleport. If you think a survivor is coming near you, you can quickly teleport away to another doll placed on the map. This gives you another reason to place dolls in random corners, but you only have 5 dolls, so you're going to want to be very careful with them. Overall, I love Dollmaster. I think he is perfectly fair, but also hard to play. There's a big skill ceiling for him, but he is also super fun to play as and against. Now that I'm done praising Puppet Man, let's move on to a few basics of killer gameplay. I feel like I can just go through these super quick, so let's go. If no one has been injured or stigmified in 2 minutes, a rift will spawn. This rift will allow you to see the enemy team for a good chunk of time, and it will wear off when you hit someone. Speaking of hitting people, when you do hit a teen, any other teen in a certain radius will cower, making it so they can't use or craft weapons. Speaking of crafting weapons, the killer can hear any survivor working on a crafting station as soon as they are in the terror radius. Speaking of the terror radius, Dollmaster has a unique terror radius for his body and his doll. This will help you find his body when he's using his doll. I think I've run out of connections and brain power, so that's all you get. Will this game kill Dead by Daylight? Absolutely not. Okay, see you later.